Hello and what is up, guys? My name is Maggie, you're watching Troll Bros, and welcome to possibly the greatest mod ever made for Fallout 4, the Relic Space Marine Power Armor mod. Now, in the previous episode, I reviewed a power armor with a pretty unique style, one which I referred to as badass on multiple occasions. But compared to this armor, that shit is the limp dick equivalent of power armors. That is right, if you keep track of Fallout 4 mods, then you might just remember that a few weeks, possibly a few months ago, someone actually made the Space Marine Power Armor mod. And this is essentially an insanely upgraded and even more badass and detailed version of that original mod, made by the same mod maker. Now, if you're not familiar with this mod, it essentially adds brand new power armor themed around Space Marine armor from the Warhammer 40k universe. And truly, if you want to add a badass suit of power armor into the game with a unique backstory, going with the Warhammer universe is definitely a way to go, since being badass, space orgies and power armor is what they're all about. Now, to actually get yourself a suit of this power armor, you are going to have to travel to the Glowing Sea, and right next to O'Neill's family manufacturing, you are going to find a ghoul-infested house. That being said, I can't seem to find any ghouls. And as soon as you walk out the porch right into the front door, you will see one of the most badass and horrifying scenes in all of Fallout 4. Why would you want to have some dead person's face on your crotch when you can have a gold-plated, skull-ornamented man-thong? What are you talking about? I didn't use that same skit in yesterday's video. Fucking asshole. When you initially get the power armor, it will be somewhat rusted. Now, I know what I said about rusted power armors in yesterday's video. That being said, this is one power armor I feel completely comfortable with rubbing against my phallus. Now, regarding augmentation, this power armor can be improved just as any other power armor in the vanilla game would be, except there are two major differences. One of them being, in the material category, you cannot choose between vanilla paint jobs, but can actually choose from a vast variety of Warhammer 40k paint jobs, as well as he did add a few custom ones, for example the Vault-Tec. And I mean, just look at that armor! The Vault-Tec symbol even protrudes from the shoulder guard. The mod maker truly did put an inhuman amount of details into this mod. Now, if you are familiar with the previous mod, the styles or the Space Marine types used are basically the same, they've just been made way more badass. And the other key difference being, he also added a brand new mesh for the jetpack. And without a doubt, that is one of the most badass fucking jetpacks I've ever seen. I mean, it's got a fucking eagle on it! And if you're an American or a neo-Nazi, then this might just be right up your alley. I mean, eagles are your guys' thing, right? There is one minor bug though, the jetpack flame does not seem to work for some reason. That being said, because the mod itself has so many details as it is, I'm willing to overlook that, for a small fee. Now, some of these individual paint jobs actually have their very own unique details. For example, sometimes a helmet might be in various colors instead of one, or sometimes you might just have some writing inscribed on your leg. And that's not just some random symbols. The mod maker actually took the time to put some actual text on the armors themselves. The only thing that would make this even better is if I could actually read. As well as the mod maker even added some inscriptions on the sword. What sword am I talking about? Did I forget to mention that this is not only a power armor mod, but also a weapon mod? The mod maker also added 3 brand new weapons to go alongside with the brand new power armor, the first of which being the chain sword, which is essentially a giant chainsaw made to look like a sword. Now, this may not be the strongest weapon, but it is pretty fucking badass. The electric sword, which is just what it sounds like, an electric sword, which is slightly better than the chainsword, but not really all that overpowered. And the final weapon being the Demon Hammer, which is just one of the most badass fucking weapons I've ever seen. Now, this weapon does pack quite a punch, meaning you could easily walk into fights wearing this armor and carrying this giant bastard in your hand. Now the weapons themselves can also be used without power armor, but they are somewhat comedically oversized. Especially the hammer. Now the last time I was walking around carrying something as humongous as this in my hand, I got arrested for public nudity. And also carrying a giant fucking hammer. Do you ever just want to rush into a room crowded with enemies and not only kill them, but also give them throbbing erections? And then just kind of whack at them as if you are playing whack-a-mole? What? No? Me neither. No. Well, if hypothetically I ever wanted to do that, I would definitely do it in an armor such as this. I mean, just look at that outrageous amount of detail added on this armor. The only minor complaint I have about it though is that the faceplate still looks kind of undermade, or maybe the eyes just look kind of fucking weird. In any case, if the mod maker happens to stumble across this video, for the love of God, please fix it. You've done so many epic things with every other part of this armor, especially the cockpiece. It's kind of a shame to see the face and realize it looks like it has Down syndrome. Wait, am I allowed to say that? Am I... If for some odd reason you actually enjoyed watching this video and would like to watch more, then subscribe to the channel. As always, my name is Maggie, you've been watching Trollin' Bros. Until next time guys, I'll see ya!